Progressives will always go for your money, and FDR proved it. Cyprus is proving it now. Illinois and even this administration are proving it. How much liberty will Americans be willing to give up? Or is it an endless amount? Are we that desensitized to government corruption that we're not even batting an eye at these moves? Or have we truly moved into the final phase of the normalcy bias? You know what that means. You know what's happening, but you don't want to look at it. You're in total denial. Or has America been fundamentally transformed? Is this it? Is this all we got, America? Are we really okay with it because it's for the good of the collective, or do we just not know what to do? Let me ask you a question. What does it mean to be a free man? What does it mean to be a free man? You have rights and you have responsibility. You have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, right? What is that originally? Because remember, they were awful slave owners. What was it before pursuit of happiness? Do you know? Property. They didn't want to give the South any more power, so they changed it from property to pursuit of happiness. Because they wanted to stop slavery, they may have doomed us. Because it would be a lot easier if we had life, you cannot kill me. Liberty, you cannot arrest me without me being able to face my accuser in a court of law. You can't come in and just take me without a warrant. And property, who are you to tell me that I have enough? I have these rights and they're given to me by God. And the responsibilities. What are the responsibilities that we have? Who gave them to us? Did God give us these rights or the government? The responsibilities that we have the responsibility to work, create, we have to be prepared to care for our own people, ourselves. And if we have the right to life, we must be able to defend. That's really it. And it's not verses. It's not rights verses. It's rights and responsibility. We have these rights, and so we must do these things. Unless it's not God, unless it's government. You see, if it's government, then the government can limit each of these rights, which means it can also add and take away the rights and the responsibilities. But if it's God, not government, that gave us these rights, then those rights and the responsibilities are immovable. They are God-granted, so they are immovable. Government can't come in. Who are you to say? That's why when they say, who are you to say I can't spend my life with somebody I love, they're right. Doesn't mean I have to like it or approve of it or anything else. Who are you? Well, pursue happiness and life and liberty. Not. God or government? I happen to believe it's God, which means I also have the responsibility to defend myself. I have a responsibility to feed myself, to support myself. And I also have to work and create. But if I am going to feed myself and work, I have to be able to have some currency, something to barter and trade, some system where I can create something of value, where I can take care of myself for food and medicine and shelter, and then I have to have an ability to defend those things. What have we been telling you on this program? Store food. Diversify any assets you have. Land, food, precious metal, bullets, whiskey. For the love of Pete, it will be medicine. And the most important thing, clean out the garbage in your life. Take the 40-day challenge and find God, right? Telling you lately, here's what you have to do. You have got to join the NRA. You can tell the government believes the rights come from them because what are they doing? They are first attacking the religious. We showed you yesterday how the Department of Homeland Security is training state and local law enforcement to look at Bible-believing Christians with intense skepticism to be careful with these people. What do you mean by these people? Christians. Because they're part of that dangerous anti-government movement that has increased potential to assault law enforcement officers. Not Occupy Wall Street. These people, Christians. Attacking? You bet. NYU blog just published an article encouraging students to have sex in the new Catholic Center because it'd be funny to suggest that well, I'm not going to say the rest of that. We know about the administration's effort to force doctors at Catholic hospitals to perform abortions and force you to pay for somebody's abortions. So they are setting themselves up to be God over your religion. Next, the right to defend yourself, right? The right to life. The right to liberty. Can't do things without a warrant. But they're going after those things. They're going after your ability to defend yourself. In New York, they are starting early gun confiscation. We'll have more on that in a minute. And then supporting yourself. Are they crippling our business with Obamacare, or are they helping us? And when it really kicks in, people are going to be outraged, I'm telling you that, but the left is going to blame it on sequester and the headwinds of the economy around the world, but mark my words, it will happen. And a year from now, Obamacare will have crippled this economy, and you will be praying for the days when you couldn't just afford a doctor. They're already saying it. Oh, we didn't anticipate things in Obamacare that are happening now. Really? You didn't plan for the worst? The reason why we have always been successful in America is because we've had cheap energy, and they're blocking that too. At the same time, they're making it impossible for you to make ends meet. They come in and register individuals that have, anything. They're purchasing gold now, and they want to register you in Illinois. I got news for you. How do you feel about that? This is a country that hasn't shown pictures of the gold that we have in our Fort Knox vaults in over 40 years. The government won't verify to its own people how much gold its own people have, but they want me to write down for them so they can keep a database on how much gold I have? Thanks, but no thanks. And anyone who tries to store food is mocked as a crazy prepper. They mock preppers. Why? Meanwhile, the price of food is skyrocketing, and they're causing it. And simultaneously, they make it harder to operate your local farm or share vegetables with each other through EPA rules on all kinds of things, including trying to get your own kid to work on the farm. Look what's happening. They're taking away your right to defend yourself. They're taking away your ability to work and create. They're taking away your ability to truly prepare and take care of yourself. There's an age-old split in the world, and we're seeing it. And the split is this: where do your rights come from? And am I brave enough to live up to my responsibilities? Because that's what it is. It takes bravery to say, boy, I am on my own. I mean, it does take a village. We're all going to have to help each other. No man is an island, but I am truly, in the end, on my own. I will answer for everything on my own. This is the argument that's been happening since the beginning of time. Does man rule himself? Is there a king over him? Do we allow ourselves to fall under someone else's sovereignty? For those of us who answer, no, we don't do that, we're in a growing minority, soon a rapidly growing minority. How do you possibly prepare for what's coming? We'll have a few shows coming up on this. But some people see the obvious consensus. and they say, I've got to do something. I've got to prepare. I've got to find something that will go up when the value of the dollar goes belly up. Smart people are preparing for life after the dollar. Countries are. If the dollar were strong, offshoot currencies like Bitcoin wouldn't be worth talking about because of the invisible hand. It would never lead people to Bitcoin. But the government is trying to rush to get it regulated. Not only has the value rapidly increased in Bitcoin, so has the trading volume. Bitcoins are used in 60,000 transactions every day. I mentioned earlier that Bitcoins have reached a value above $200 outside of today's dip, and 2 months ago they were $20. Well, that doesn't even tell the whole story. Bitcoins launched in 2009. At the time of the launch, a single Bitcoin was worth just 1/4 of a cent. At that price, it is said that a Jacksonville resident the first purchase with a Bitcoin was a pizza, and it took 10,000 Bitcoins for $25. That pizza, if that guy hadn't have bought that first purchase with 10,000, he basically just spent $1.5 million at today's Bitcoin prices. Seismic global shift is about to take place, and one that will affect every single human being on planet Earth. And what is our White House doing? Partying with Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber and all those friends singing and laughing and eating cake. Let them eat cake. It kind of looks like them, doesn't it? I have a feeling we're headed for a monarchy, because we have forgotten the principles of maximum liberty and maximum personal responsibility, which in time always ends, if you are like Europe, it ends in a French Revolution. But maybe it doesn't end this way. Maybe in this time, maybe Marie Antoinette and King Louis keep their heads, while all of their subjects lose theirs. One way to make sure that doesn't happen is to stand up for your Second Amendment rights. Responsibilities. Back to that next.